Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm Anna Carol Porter, and today we're going to be doing some beginner's Qigong. So I have been working with advanced Qigong for many years now, and we are circling back as we have now opened up Vibe Makers Playground at Arcadia Circle in Huntsville, Alabama. And so we have Qigong classes, Tai Chi classes that are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And then there is a free Qigong class on Monday nights, which is Qigong Tai Chi, and it is from 6 to 7 p.m. And that's open to the community, always honoring veterans that are in the classes. And then on Tuesdays, we have a beautiful little mixture of a class that I created and trademarked called Qigong Ballet, where it's Qigong meets beginner ballet. Now, none of these classes really need experience. However, we're just kind of filling it out to see where the advanced people kind of land and if we need to kind of separate those classes. But what we are doing is I am going back to the very basics of how I began. This is the Qigong that I learned the very first day I stepped into class, and ended up making a beautiful journey for me, a healing journey, a career, and I want to share the possibility of a very transformative healing journey for you as well, with something that I love and that is so dear to me. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll come check out some more classes online, as well as come to our live classes at Vibe Makers Playground in Huntsville, Alabama. Okay, so to get started today, I'm just going to have you have your feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, okay? Now, I'm going to just kind of tuck under, so if you're like this, just kind of roll your pelvis forward, okay? Nice spine, all the vertebrae just stacked nice and neat on top of one another. And let's begin. So first, I just want you to take your hands out to the sides, and we're just going to twist open. So just twisting from side to side. Now, I only want you to go where it feels comfortable. Never go past a point of comfort into pain. We're not creating pain here, always comfort. And doing it to your ability. So the beautiful thing in Qigong and Tai Chi, let's just bring it down again right here, is practice makes perfect, right? And we're always practicing and getting better. So even if you're not doing it exactly perfect, you're still receiving a ton of benefit from this practice. And so don't ever let anybody just catch you up on the things that you're doing wrong. Focus on the things that you're doing right and continue to clean up the things that you need more help with. And so now just twisting open. So I'm nice and grounded to the earth. It's just my spine twisting open right now. And now I want you to just bring that down, that energy down, and just ground it down. Now, as you're watching me, if there are times that you want to just close your eyes, touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth and keep it moist, and that way you can really focus in on the practice, I encourage you to do so. And when you need to, just take a peek at me and see what I'm doing to see if you've got the correct thing going or if there's anything that you need to change, okay? All right. So now we're going to do some tapping. And so this is, we call it tapping in Qigong. We call it EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, and a lot of other modalities that are used. But we're just simply going to just tap out, and you can use your fist like so, and do your fist, or you can just do your hands, or you can do little karate chops. Whatever you feel, but I just want you to get all of those places where you have energy blockages, pain, any injuries or illness stored. Make your little knuckles and give your kidneys a massage right there at the lower back. Opening everything up, waking it up, letting it know that we're going to give it some love and movement. And feeling good. And tapping out everywhere. up in the crown. And then when you're done with that, just push that energy back down into the earth. Okay, so I want you to get in tune with your chi. And I'm only going to show you this for just a few seconds because this is something that I want you to do at home on your own so you can really practice and then slide in a little bit more in tune with your chi next time, okay? So for just a few seconds, I'm going to show you how to do that, but I want you in reality to do this for about 1 minute to 3 minutes, okay? And then stop, okay? So all you're going to do is to feel your chi more. Is to just kind of bounce up and down, flick the feet, flick the hands, and you're just shaking everything out, okay? You can shake up here, you can shake here, you can shake here, you can give your shoulders a shimmy, just shaking everything out. And like a dog, how it flicks its feet, getting the stagnant energy away from it, same thing, okay? Now, after you've done this for 1 minute to 3 minutes, I want you to take your chi ball. And I want you to just go back and forth and feel that on the palm of your hands. Do you feel that tingling? That is your electromagnetic energy, also known as your chi. And that is what we move in Qigong. We move the stagnant chi away from the body, and we bring in light chi from the heavens and earth, cleansing our auras. Feeling really nice and good. And then you can turn that over. And you notice that one side feels a little different than the other, huh? And so you can always just play with that until you get everything in balance. And as you move it, I want you to really feel that liver opening up, massaging the organ, giving breath work to your organs, because that's what we do in Qigong. We massage the organs with breath work and movement. Here's the spleen, carries worry, anger's carried in the liver. And so as you're moving, just imagine, visualize, set the intention that you're just sort of wringing out the toxins in those organs and sending that on down into the earth with the good compost that it is, okay? Now, so we're using acupressure instead of acupuncture here, okay? So when we're doing these movements, think about acupressure, okay? Now, we're going into the 8 brocades. So first one, we're going to start with our fingers intertwined. We're going to bring the chi up through the middle energy channel of the body. As we get to the mouth, we're just flipping those hands over and pushing up and towards the heavens. And then side to side. And notice how I lift up my heel and coming back down. Now, if at first you just want to get your hands movement and breath movement, inhale and then exhale, flip the hands over up to the skies. Tap, tap, feel that back opening up. And breathe in. And rotate, exhale out. Hold in the sky with both palms. And then let it down again. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale over and push out to the heavens. And then back down again. Okay, so now let's do a purge of the lungs. We're just going to take our hands at the lower dantian. Now to find your lower dantian, you're just going to take 2 to 3 fingers, put them right at your navel, and then so where that 3rd finger lands, below the navel, that's your lower dantian, okay? And that's where like our lower chakras are, where we store a lot of energy. And so if you're a female, I want your left hand on top. And if you're a male, I want your right hand on top. And you're just going to cross them and put them at the lower dantian. And so now we're going to breathe in. And I want us to do about 20 just little mini pushes out. And so when I push out, I'm just going just tiny little pushes, okay? So breathe in. Good. And then let's just push that excess energy on down into the earth like the good compost that it is. And now we're going to do a little memory exercise, okay? So, as we're working on becoming the archer, which is our next brocade, we're just going to put our hands into prayer. Now, I'm going to walk forward to the camera so you can see my hands just a little bit better. So one hand's going to make a fist, and one hand's going to make an L. And then you're going to come back. And then this hand's making an L, and this hand's making a fist, okay? Now practice that, just going back and forth. If you need to close your eyes and focus, okay? I'm going to step back because I'm going to prepare you for becoming an archer. So scooping up that energy into the prayer hands and then shooting the stagnant energy away from the body. So I have on my harem pants, so my knees are bent here. It's, it's kind of hard to tell in these. It gives me a lot of room to move, okay? So bring it up and then shoot the energy away. And so inhale. Exhale like you're shooting an arrow. Becoming the archer. One more each side. Moving out the stagnant energy. Very good. Now you can bring that leg in just a little bit. Push that down into the earth like the good compost that it is. Now we're going to do another little exercise of separating heaven and earth. So we're going to have our hands in prayer. And we're going to push up towards the heavens and one pushes towards the earth. Now bring it back to prayer. Now push the other way. Separating heaven and earth. Now, this time, as you go, I want you to move your foot. And so my hand that's facing the earth, that foot, that heel comes off the ground. Now come back into center, and now the other side. Okay, now, I want you to continue to do this. I want you to check in with your breathing as you're exhaling into center. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, I want you to check in with your organs. Really visualize, picture, pretend, imagine, have the thought up, wringing out the spleen and the liver, getting out the anger, getting out the worry, the overthinking, letting it go. And now bring it to center, into prayer, and push that arm down into the earth, like the good compost that it is. Now we're going to do a little heart purge. So this time we're just bringing our hands back to the center, but instead of touching in prayer, they're just about a foot or a little bit less apart. And we're just going up that energy channel through the middle. So we're inhaling, and then when we exhale, push the breath out. Bring it in, push it out. Purging the heart. Now the heart is associated with joy. So we want to let our heart smile, right? So bring it in. Let out all the sadness. No depression. Do this just a few more times. Good. Now I want you to have your palms facing the earth. We're just going to open up our neck, our jaw a little bit more, and then into our shoulders. And so first we're going to start by just taking our right ear to our right shoulder. And remember never to force it. Only go where it's comfortable. And then roll around and popping, that's okay, as long as it's not forced. And then go the opposite way. And if you find a spot that feels extra stiff and you want to just hang in that spot with your head for a moment and send some breath there, like I'm a little bit tight right here right now, so I'm just going to stay right here and I'm going to imagine sending breath to that stiffness. And take a few breaths there and then see if there's another place that you need to do that. And it'll just sort of open that up. Let some more blood flow into that area. And then up, okay? Now, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest if possible. And then when you come up, I want you to open your mouth, releasing the jaw, taking your head back to wherever it's comfortable, not all the way. But then take your eyes open as far back as you can go. Palms still facing the earth. And now close the jaw and bring it back to your chest. And now open. And close. Now open. And close. And this time, I want you to look back, don't open. And I want you to do some nice swallows to loosen that fascia right here in the neck. Do a swallow, as many as you need. You start to realize it's creating more length in your neck and down. Good. All right, and so now let's do a little bit of tiger breathing. So we're just gonna act like we have a barbell in our hands there, and we're just going to push up towards the ceiling and back down. But we're gonna add some breath this time. So you would inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Very good. And now become the snake. So we're going to step out with our left foot. We're going to come down a little bit more. Make sure you still have that pelvic tucked forward a little bit there. Nice strong vertebrae and spine, okay? So now we're into what we call a horse stance. Hips squared forward, my feet are pointing out a little bit, but everything is nice and steady, and that way you can see my legs there, okay? Now, I want you to take your thumbs and put them on that soft little pressure point, tender spot right there in the hips, and that's going to open up the lymph nodes. You've got your arms open there, kind of like you're squeezing a little line underneath the armpits, because we don't want to cut that energy off at the lymph nodes right there. So nice and open, we're just going to come down, shift, up, down, shift, up. So as you continue to do this, now I'm going to add my head. Only going where it's comfortable, never overdoing. I'm going to become the snake, moving like the snake. And now, as I find that comfort stopping point for my head, I'm going to take my eyes and continue to go further beyond where my neck can go. So strengthening the eyes, getting out any illnesses. We don't want any cataracts or glaucoma, just strengthening the eyes. We're also shifting, working on reflexes and balance here. We don't want any falls to happen. Falls can really set us back. So learning the balance, shifting, movement, bringing it back together now, and push that into the earth like the good compass that it is. And so Now let's remove some radiation. So we're just going to, and this is what we call throwing away the trash, okay? So we're coming up, and now I'm gonna move forward so you can see my feet a little bit better. Now, if you have bad joints, I don't want you to drop on your feet. If you can, do a nice little drop on your feet as you come down and really feel that vibration. However, if you have bad joints, please do not drop down on your feet. Just come down nice and slow. You're still going to receive a lot of benefit. So when I go up, I'm coming up on my toes and then dropping down, whether it's a nice big hard drop or a slow drop. Now, when I come down, I'm slinging that energy behind me, throwing away the trash, just like a dog flicking its feet, getting that stagnant energy away from the body. Now, go at your own pace. I like to go into this nice slow flow. So we're strengthening the ankles, strengthening the knees, the legs. We're getting the arm movement. A lot is going on here. And I'm going to teach you more as we go, but we're not going to get into advanced stuff. We're just in that beginning stage, okay? So let me get back onto the mat. And I can even turn to the side for a few. I'm going to start facing front. And so I want you to inhale. Inhale up, come up on the toes, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. See that nice flow that I like to get? Just beautiful rhythm. Just looking straight ahead. Good. And so just removing radiation through vibration. We're around a lot of radiation in the day. So anything we can do to just move out a little bit of the body, out of our auric field, that's great, okay? So now we are going to, this time, go back into a nice horse stance, knees bent. And we're just going to come up that middle energy channel. Now, my fingers are not intertwined this time. We're just coming up. Excuse me. I'm sorry, my fingers are intertwined this time. Coming up. And then hold it and release and down. And I want you to make good contact with those inner energy channels right there. And so, untwine your fingers. I got two little moves mixed up there. So what I'm doing is the hands are like this, coming up the middle energy channel. They turn over at the mouth, come up, hold your breath, and then inhale, and then come down. And then I'm making good contact with that inner energy channel on the inside of the legs right there, okay? Back into my mat. So, bringing up the chi from the earth, pushing it over to the heavens, hold, don't breathe. Now inhale, and exhale down. Hang over nicely, create contact, bring that chi back up from the earth. Exhale out towards the heavens, hold it. Now inhale and exhale down. We're opening up the back. Inhale. Exhale up to the heavens, hold your breath. Inhale and exhale down, opening up the back. Let's do one more of these. Inhale. And this time when you come down with your exhale, I want you to just hang there, down. Inhale. Exhale down, and just hang there for a moment. Now, you can pull up on your toes here if you would like. Men, you have the prostate stretched out. Everybody's got their kidneys stretched out. You can kind of move side to side if you wish. If you can't pull up on your toes, just go wherever's comfortable. Don't overdo it. And so you can make a little fist, give your kidneys a nice little massage while you're hanging over here. Make it feel really good. And now let's just do some big, deep breaths. So all I'm doing is I'm hanging on those toes, and I'm just gonna do some big belly breaths. Okay, and we're gonna do about 20 of those, and I want you to really feel that expansion in the lower back, really opening up all that stiff and tightness, okay? So I'm gonna get back in the mat, and hang over, go as far as you can with comfort, and here we go. Feel that back opening. About 5 more breaths. And come up nice and slow, stacking each vertebrae, one on top of the other. Roll the shoulders back. Open up the chest, very nice. Now let's go into spinal breathing. Let's open up that upper back now. So we're going to come out, and so when your arms are out, your shoulder blades are coming together and sort of touching, and then you're going to come over, rounding out the back, squeezing good, splaying out the shoulder blades. And so out and in, out and in. So I'm inhaling right here. I'm exhaling. I'm inhaling. I'm exhaling. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Two more. Really feel that opening up. Feel the heart open, the chest open. Feels really nice. Good. Now keep your arms right here. Now we're going to punch the tiger's eyes. So to do so, we're going to make really wide eyes. Punching out in front, grab control of your life, bring it back in, okay? Wide eyes. We're removing the wrinkles around the eyes. Again, any illness that's been in the eyes, getting that out, okay? So nice horse stance. Hands in and grab control of your life, bring it back in. Grab control, bring it in. Good. And now bring that energy on down into the earth, composting it, okay? Now just keep your hands facing the earth here, and we're just going to come up on all the pressure points of the foot. Opening up the feet, feeling really good. Strengthening the ankles. Lots of nice movement, balance of the toes. We're increasing bone density here. Balance, posture, mobility. We're going to be doing more lunge and flow. Working on being able to keep yourself from falls. Cognitive care. Working on all of the organs, getting everything nice and strong. Whole body healing, okay? Very nice. And now just, again, if you have bad joints, don't drop this hard. just let those hands go. And now I want you to kind of play with your Qigong. And now go forward. And now bring it up and down, up and down, up. Turn it over, up and down. You may have to go back and forth a little bit here. And sometimes I like to go back and forth and kind of spill it one way and another way, if that makes sense, to get mine nice and balanced. Because I tend to always have a little more energy on my dominant side, which is my right side, which is my masculine side. So I want that nice, divine balance of masculine and feminine energy. Everybody should strive for that nice balance of both coming into harmony. And then you can balance it in front of your heart. And then just kind of let your hands float to the side. And then I want you to just sort of sway like a bamboo in the wind. Touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth to keep your mouth moist. And just sort of sway, imagine, visualize, picture, pretend, have the thought of swaying like a bamboo in the wind. And then come to a standstill, and if your body continues to move involuntarily, let it do its thing. That's the Qi, knowing where to go in the body. And so don't redirect it. Let it do its thing, healing the body, whole body healing, mind, body, and spirit, Qigong. And then just bring your foot together, feet together. Put your hands into prayer. And let's take a beautiful bow. Bow to the Qigong masters. And then I bow to you, namaste. Thank you. And so that is a little tiny taste of just a third of what I teach in my hour class for beginner Qigong and Tai Chi. The next segment would be sports Tai Chi. And then the last segment of class, I do healing sounds into element healing, the elements of the world, so of the universe. So yeah, I'll put those in some other videos. I just wanted to have a nice little video for people to sort of get started, kind of know have a little taste of what you're in for. I go a lot more into all the organs, all the elements, the colors, the sounds, giving you all the tools that I can give you for your personal healing, so you can do this maintenance anytime at home, anywhere you are in the world. And if you need me, just simply go and turn on the video and get some free Qigong led to you by yours truly. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back for more and come see our classes. Check out the studio. Vibe Makers Playground is already open. We're already having classes, lots of fun stuff happening. Go to our Facebook page and our Instagram page to see what else is going on. And also check out the conciergeheal.com, which is my website, and you can check out and book any kind of class that I teach on there. And even the free classes, even if you're coming and you don't have to pay anything, just book it ahead so I know you're coming, I know how many to expect, and we always expect a nice full house. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.